Hello, Rocket Club members. This is Lisa Pachence. I am a executive life coach for those who don't know me, and for those who do know me, hello, hello, hello. Thank you, Caitlin, so much for inviting me to do a couple of recorded videos for everyone who is going through this very unprecedented time. I know that a lot of us, while we're very adept at working from home, are facing a lot of new things. And special shout out to those in the medical field. Thank you so much for being on the front lines of this. So I primarily work with millennial leaders, coaches, and entrepreneurs who are unfulfilled high achievers. And I can tell you right now that almost everyone on the planet probably falls into this bucket. We're feeling underfulfilled and a little overwhelmed. And I can tell you that you are not alone. So today what I want to talk about is how to stay connected and sane during this time. We're headed into our second full week of lockdown with about 30 more days to go. So this may seem daunting, which is why staying connected and proactive is hugely critical right now. So here are five tips to stay connected and sane even when we're apart. So tip number 1, avoid the mental junk food. What does this mean? This is not the time to start scrolling the news or trolling pandemic articles in CNN or becoming a hobby epidemiologist. So psychologists say that exposure to bad news can increase feelings of anxiety and depression by about 25%, depending upon how much bad news you're listening to. So remember to turn off, to disconnect, turn off your phone, to be with your family, to speak to your friends, to avoid the onslaught of information. Be selective and deliberate about what you listen to. But also remember to invest in your mental health. Put healthy things into your mind, not just the junk food. And I cannot emphasize investing in your mental health right now enough. I know we're all tightening our belts due to projected market downturns, but mental health is an investment you may want to consider making. And even if this means checking out psychologytoday.com, looking for therapists and coaches who can support you during this time, or even using online therapy places like Talkspace to just talk it out with a professional. In the meantime, here's a couple of other healthy things to put in your brain. I am an enormous fan of Brené Brown. If you haven't heard of her, you have to check her out. Her books, her podcast, her YouTube videos, and she has a Netflix video called Call to Courage. It is a great thing to listen to right now. If you haven't already, pick up a couple of personal development books, things that will lift you up and pick you up. Again, Brené Brown is my jam, so I am reading Dare to Lead for the second time because it is just that amazing, and it's perfect for leaders who are working from home during this time and still working with their team. And another book that is amazing is The Wild Edge of Sorrow by Frances Weller. I'm a book person, as you can tell. So there's a couple of resources there. And if you feel like, reaching out and joining a book club, please do so. Hannah Troutman and myself run a book club that meets monthly via Zoom. So feel free to reach out and join our book club as well to stay connected and put some healthy things in your brain. The second tip, don't ignore routine. Challenge yourself to maintaining your daily and weekly routines, the same ones that you used before, even before you were shut in your houses. So if this looks like picking up coffee on the way to work, make coffee in the morning instead and sit at the table to listen to a podcast or read something inspiring. Most importantly, make sure to keep the same sleep schedule. Do this. It will pick you up. Now, if you're new to working from home and want to create or recreate better work habits, here are my top 5 favorite virtual work tips. So work tip number 1, manage expectations. So if you're new to working from home, there's a learning curve, just like learning any new job. You have to be able to give yourself some grace and give yourself an adjustment period. The second thing is set boundaries for yourself. Do not work at the kitchen table. Don't work on the couch. Make sure you have your own little Zen den area that is dedicated just to work. And if you live with other people, make sure you're setting boundaries that you have solid work hours from 9 to 5 or from 8 to 4 or whatever it is. The third thing, make sure you're turning off. So take breaks, open up a window, talk to someone, eat lunch, turn off. Number 4, morning and evening routines are so necessary. So if you're working from home, make sure that you have some sort of morning routine, but you also have a post-work routine as well. So if that is as simple as turning off your computer and writing down all the things that you want to get done the next day, that's great too. My 5th favorite virtual work tip is to find joy. Find joy in your work, find joy in little things, and even if it's taking breaks and turning on music or calling a colleague, find joy in whatever you're doing. Okay, so tip number 3, get creative and use technology. This will help you stay sane. Get creative. There are lots of online co-working spaces that you can join if you're a solopreneur, or you can create your own. If you have a Zoom account, you can create power hours or Zoom rooms with your colleagues where you're working on things yourself, but at least you have someone else in the background that is with you. Now, in addition to that, look for creative side projects or work projects that can fill your brain with something positive in production. Now, why is this important? So if you've heard of the phrase nature abhors a vacuum, this is why. Your brain will automatically fill in the space, whether it is brain space or actual physical space, unless you put something in there that is productive and positive. So if you have free time, if you find yourself getting bored or getting listless, take on a creative project. All right, tip number 4 to stay sane and connected, stay active. Cannot emphasize this enough. Move your body. So even if it's just taking breaks during the day, opening up a window, or even just sitting up straight and taking deep breaths, it is important for you to treat your body well, to focus on it, to fill it with good things. There are so many free virtual classes out there right now. Just look on Facebook. I know that the Racket Club is promoting virtual classes right now. I run a yoga class on Sundays at 2 p.m. and Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Do some light research or ask a friend about how they're staying active. And this is actually a great time to do some household chores to get your body moving. I know I have a couple of closets that could use some loving as well, and we'll just leave it at that. Tip number 5 to staying connected and sane during this time, connect more than you think you need to. So by going to work and being around other people, even if we're not best friends with our colleagues or we don't relate to going to work as our connection time, we still get a fix of what Brené Brown terms belonging. Belonging is our way of connecting, and it's one of the 3 basic human needs: food, shelter, and belonging. So by working at home, we're not getting that basic need met. We have to be proactive. We're going into week 3 of social distancing with another 30 days of it, so this will be even more important. And here are some ideas to do that. So shoot a text to see how friends and family are doing. What I've been doing is keeping a running list of my top 10 people that I want to stay connected with during this time, and I'll check in with them during the day. Another way is to ask someone else how they are staying connected. Check in with them. Hey, how are you doing it? How are you staying connected? Another idea is to create a text gratitude chain with friends. One thing that you're grateful for today. Feel free to be witty. Feel free to be sassy. Feel free to be classy. Gratitude chains are fantastic. Another option is joining a virtual book club. This will keep you sane, I promise you. Our book club is now going to weekly Zoom sessions to connect. So feel free to reach out. Set up Zoom dates, connect with people, FaceTime, Skype, but stay social. And the last thing is be of service. There are so many people right now that could really use your help, your outreach, even if it's just a positive thinking of you. You totally got this. Be of service. If you ever feel stir crazy, call someone. Actually call someone. So those are my 5 tips to staying sane, to being distanced but not disconnected, and when in doubt, reach out. Personally, I'm providing 20-minute power sessions to anyone who needs a pick-me-up on Mondays and Friday afternoons. So don't hesitate to reach out to me or to connect with Caitlin to get more information about what I do and how I do it. Thank you so very much for your time today. Look for more videos where I will be providing information on how to stay sane during this time. Talk to you soon.